Hey everyone, and welcome. The movie we're going to be talking about today is The Invisible Man. Fun fact, this movie is an adaptation of a book by the same name that was written by H.G. Wells and came out in 1897. Obviously, it has been updated because we do not live in 1897 anymore. The film came out in 2020 and stars Elisabeth Moss and was directed by Leigh Whanell. So, without any further ado, let's get right into it. The Invisible Man tells the story of Cecilia, whose abusive ex boyfriend Adrian takes his own life and leaves her with his fortune. After his death, strange occurrences start happening, which leads Cecilia to believe that Adrian is still alive. Cecilia pleads with everyone to believe her that Adrian is not dead, but no one believes her. Her constant ravings about Adrian makes the people around her doubt her sanity. When events take a more deadly turn, Cecilia finds herself trying to prove that Adrian is still alive, even though no one can see him. With no one believing Cecilia, she decides to take matters into her own hands to stop this invisible man. One of my favorite scenes in this movie is actually the opening scene in which we see Cecilia trying to escape. It's a scene that's filled with so much uncertainty on if she'll make it out that really leaves the viewer stressed. Elisabeth Moss does such a good job portraying this character who is traumatized by the abuse that she has endured in her past and is trying to escape this abusive relationship. She really makes us believe in this character who is scarred by her past, but then decides that since nobody is listening, that she's going to take matters into her own hands. I love in horror films when the character who is seen as the victim and is always shown as like helpless decides at the end that they are going to fight back. I think this movie does a great job of stressing you out. Leigh Whanell is no newcomer when it comes to horror films, considering he wrote movies like Saw and Insidious, so he definitely knows how to give a good scare. When you watch this film, you're constantly thinking if, Cecilia is in the room by herself or, if there's someone else in the room with her. In films, we typically focus on people within a scene, but in a movie like this, you're really focusing on the whole frame because you're constantly looking, in each corner of the frame trying to figure out where in the world is this invisible man. It's a movie that really like makes you think a lot and really gets into your head. I think, a lot of people overthink because, you're constantly trying to figure out where in the world is this invisible man. But in reality, he might not even be in the scene and you're just sitting there stressing yourself out. If you've seen any of the movies that Leigh Whannell has written or directed, then you would know that his movies are filled with twists, and at the end, there's typically a twist that you won't be expecting. I won't tell you what twists lie in this film, but I will say that there's going to be a couple of twists that you won't be anticipating. He drops little hints throughout the movie, so if you're paying close attention, you might be able to pick them up. I like how he takes these low budget movies and makes them amazing and make them look like big box office spectacles. I think the storyline in this movie is good and it really keeps you on the edge of the seat, and I think that the performances are pretty great as well. Side note, Adrian's house is really nice, so if anybody wants to buy it for me, just feel free to do so. If you're looking for a suspenseful movie that will keep you guessing, I definitely recommend this for you. I promise you won't regret it. Thank you for watching my video. I would love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. If you have not subscribed, please do so you can keep up to date with my videos. But besides that, everyone stay safe, have fun, and goodbye.